Hi, and welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to configure Entity Framework Core in a .NET project using the command line and essential tools, fast and simple. First, we'll install the .NET SDK so we can create and run project. Then, we'll install Entity Framework Core CLI tool to manage database from the terminal. After that, we'll create a new web API project using Visual Studio. And we'll take a quick look at the project structure. And finally, we'll add anti-framework core package that we need to work with SQL Server. Let's get started. To check if .NET is installed on our machine, we need to open Windows PowerShell. In the terminal, I will run .NET version command to see current installed version. I have already installed .NET 9 on my machine, if you notice that. If you want to see all versions that installed on your machine, you can use .NET-list-sdks command. As you can see, I have several versions on my system. Please notice that in this course, we will be using .NET 8 since it has long-term support and is stable for production. Now, you might be wondering why not use .NET 9 even though it is latest. Good question. If you go to the official .NET download page, you will see all available versions listed. .NET 8 has long-term support. That means Microsoft will keep updating and supporting it at least for 3 years, making it more stable and reliable for the real-world applications. And .NET 9 is already out, but it has standard term support release, meaning it will only receive updates for 18 months. It is great for experiments, but not ideal for the production or long-term projects. After checking and installing the right version of .NET, the next step is to set up Anti-Framework Core command line tool, which is .NET EF. This tool helps us to create and update database directly from our code by using simple terminal commands. To install it globally on your machine, you can run this command in your terminal. If it's not already installed, this will download and set it up for you. Since it's already installed on my machine, it will skip the installation. But for you, it will take few seconds. No worries for it. Once it's installed, you can verify its version by running this command. So now Anti-Framework Core tooling configured successfully. We are ready to move and create our project. To create a new .NET Web API project, I'm going to use Visual Studio 2022. On the Start screen, I will click Create a New Project button on the right side. In the filter box, I will type API and then select ACP.NET Core Web API using C#. After that, I will provide my project name as a EF Core demo. And also, I will check the checkbox that says place solution and project name in same directory. Because, by the way, it keeps our solutions really clean and simple. In this screen, I will keep all default settings as they are. By the way, just take note that we are using .NET 8 version, which is the long-term support, to make it solid choice for the real-world application that we have mentioned earlier. Now, I will click the Create button, and just like that, the project is successfully created and ready to go. Let's take a quick look at the project structure. The first and most important file is program.cs. This is the entry point of our .NET application. You will notice that it uses top-level statement, which makes the code really simple and clean for the modern APIs. We'll talk about it later on. The next, we have app settings.json files. This is where we will store all configuration settings like the database configuration or all our application-related configuration. We'll talk about more later. There is also a launch settings.json file under the properties folder. This file is using during the development only, and it helps us to configure how the app starts when debugging. Before moving forward, let's build the project to make sure everything is set up correctly. you should see the build succeed message just like I have here. To install the required package for Anti-Framework Core, we'll right-click on the project and choose Manage NuGet package. The first package that we need to install is Microsoft.Anti-Framework Core. This is the core package that every Anti-Framework Core project needs. We'll make sure to select the latest versions from the .NET 8 series, since our project is based on .NET 8. The second package is Microsoft.Anti-Framework Core.SQL Server. This package adds SQL Server support. As we mentioned earlier, Anti-Framework Core is modular, so we only install the specific provider we need. For example, if we use PostgreSQL, thus we need to install PostgreSQL package here. But for now, we'll use SQL Server because during the course, we'll install and use SQL Server. The final package is Microsoft Anti-Framework Core.Tools. This is used during the development only. It helps us with things like creating and updating database using Anti-Framework Core CLI commands. We'll talk about it later. Once installed, let's take a quick look at our C# project files. This file defines how project is built and includes all package dependencies as you can see here. You can now see that all our Anti-Framework Core packages were added successfully right here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something valuable today. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, leave a like, and share it with other developers who might benefit.